Hi everyone, it's your girl Linda and welcome to Marani side of YouTube. Let's get into it. So today we have one of the things I've wanted to do for so long, reading a Reddit story and reacting to it. Let's get into it. First, for those who don't know me, my name is Linda and you can go watch my previous video on getting to know Linda. I'll link it in the description so that you can go and watch it and get to know me a little more. But for today, let's get into it. And throughout the video, if you see me missing my pinky nails, I don't want to get into it. Let's get started. Okay, the first post is from antique_pianist_7765. And he says, "Am I the asshole for not defending my wife when my sister called her fat?" I don't know how I feel about that title, but let's just jump into it. Okay. My sister, 27 female, was visiting my wife, 32 female, and me, 33 male, the other day. An important thing to note about my sister is that she has a child, 5 male, with her now ex-boyfriend, 27 male. When my sister found out she was pregnant, she told her then boyfriend that she was pregnant. He wanted to marry her in a shotgun wedding of sorts, but my sister said no. The only information she offered up was that there was no way they will be compatible in the long term, and I don't think it's any of my business to probe or question her about it. Pause first. He is right about that. That is none of his business. That is none of his business. Two people who have slept in the same bed, it's none of your business to interfere unless it's life or death. Do not interfere in people's lives. Let's keep going. Soonly after, my sister and her boyfriend broke up, but they established a healthy co-parent relationship and both now have 50-50 custody with stable, well-paying jobs and live close by to each other. Props to them. I know so many people who can't co-parent and have some toxic co-parenting relationship. Props to them. Okay. My wife strongly thinks that my sister should have gotten married and hates that my sister refers to her ex-boyfriend as her baby daddy.
Side-eye. Criminal offensive side-eye.
It's none of her business though. I don't think my sister really cares that she had a child out of wedlock, but every time my wife meets my sister, she brings up the fact that she should try get her boyfriend back and ask him to propose again and ask why she does not want to marry him, especially since my sister has been single this past 5 years. Okay, before I even finish it, my opinion is that she's overstepping. She's overstepping. It's not her. She has no say in it. Like, well, anyway. I've gotten to the point that she has told me privately that she is fed up with this and has asked me to speak to my wife about this, which I have. Valid. The other day, my sister visited my wife and I at our house. We were having a normal conversation and my sister was talking about her son entering kindergarten and all the ways she was preparing him. The convo seemed pretty mundane until my wife once again brought up that my sister should try and get married at the courthouse with her ex-boyfriend and that the other parents will view her as immature and will think of her child as illegitimate if she didn't. Again, I don't think it's any of her business. Okay? Before I could even jump in and say anything to diffuse the situation, my sister was raging and said that my wife should worry about herself and losing 100 pounds before worrying about her child, and that a ring can't hide a triple chin, and to worry less about her going to the courthouse and more about the gym. Oh, that was hard. That was wow. Okay, I don't think she should have brought fat shaming into it, but again, the wife should not have insisted. It's not her place to insist as is, but that's just my opinion. My wife has always been on the bigger side and I absolutely love and adore her, but it's one of her biggest insecurities. We love a man who loves his wife the way she is. She ended up sobbing while my sister grabbed her things and left. This whole argument took around 2 minutes and I froze up and didn't really know what to do. After my sister left, my wife asked why I didn't say anything to defend her to my sister. I was honest and said that I thought she was wrong for calling my sister immature and her child illegitimate. While I acknowledge it was wrong for my sister to make the comments she did, I don't think they were completely unprovoked. My wife is now giving me the silent treatment, so Reddit, am I the a-hole? Okay, my opinion on this is that I don't think he's the a-hole. I said it. I don't think he's the a-hole. Why? Because even if his sister was wrong for calling her fat and telling her she should go to the gym, the wife was provoking the sister this whole entire time. And it's been going on for months, and she has been asked to stop on multiple occasions and she hasn't. So I think the sister was kind of fed up and just blew a gasket. Is it right? No, but again, is he the asshole for like freezing up and not knowing who to defend between his sister, who's he's known for his whole life, or his wife? I don't think he's the a-hole. Let's check the comments, shall we? Okay, Pretzel Mama says your wife sounds awful. You're the a-hole for letting her keep disrespecting your sister and her son for so long. True, I agree. True. And then Jojo _has_opinions replied to Pretzel Mama and said, yeah, I gotta agree. You let this go on for 5 years. I'm surprised your sister still hangs with you. True. I wouldn't want anyone calling my child illegitimate, especially my brother's wife. If I put myself as a girl with an older sister and my brother's wife keeps telling me about I should marry my ex-boyfriend, I'd be pissed. And I think I'd go no contact with the both of them or just his wife until she either shapes up or I'll shape out of his life. Another comment from Puggy Mom 64, and she said, I'm more worried about what she says to the kid. I will not trust her around my kid. Same. If she's calling your child illegitimate to your face, what is she saying to the kid? I'm really worried about. And then Chucky Lowe replied to Puggy Mama 64 and said, Mommy really should be married to Daddy. Wouldn't that be nice? Mommy and Daddy get, and you will be a real family. Mommy needs to marry him so he will be your real daddy or something worse. I think this family, especially if he said that the co-parenting works properly, I don't think she should intervene. It's really not her place, especially if it works. And then Puggy Mama 64 also commented after that and said, do you know what a bastard is? That's crazy to be telling a 5-year-old. That's absolutely crazy. Zillion 2010. She says, my spouse continually acting this way, especially to a close family member, will be grounds for divorce. That is their opinion. Do I agree? To some extent. I don't think I'd divorce them, but at the same time, you can't be acting this way. You definitely cannot be acting the way you're acting. You can't. So, another one, the last comment I'm going to be reading is, what's my password? 73. He says, he could have used an air horn every time she opened her mouth and started on that nonsense. If I speak to someone about their dreadful behavior and they continue to ignore the rules of civility, get ready to have the rules of civility ignored. True, because if you she's overstepping way beyond everything. She's overstepped. And good for you. If you have an air horn lying around and every time she speaks, you just good for you. So for that one, I think my verdict is you are indeed the a-hole, but not for the reason you asked, not for letting your sister talk to your wife like that, for letting your wife talk to your sister and her child like that for as long as she did. 5+ years. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Everybody say that's crazy. Because that's crazy. And by the way, if you're wondering where I'm reading from my laptop, and I don't have the best setup for now, but I'm reading from my laptop. So let's get into the second story. So this one is coming from, I think, a subreddit, r/AITAH, am I the a-hole? And it's posted by Stella from Vienna. And Stella is saying, am I the a-hole for telling my guests it's better they don't come to my wedding after they complained about our wedding too much? Pause. From there, let me give my opinion just on that title. Personally, this is my own personal opinion with no one else. Personally, I think that your wedding is an affair that even if you have so many friends, you don't need to invite all of them. You can just have your family and your closest friends. That's it. You don't need to invite your neighbor, even if you have been neighbors for 20 years. You don't need to. It is your wedding. And even if it's far away, I firmly believe that you have the right, as a bride, as a groom, you have the right to uninvite someone to your wedding. If you're complaining, it's okay, don't come. So I think going into this, I'm a bit prejudiced, but I'm going to try my best to be neutral when reading it. So let's get started. Am I the a-hole for telling my guests it's better they don't come to my wedding after they complained about my wedding too much? We are getting married in less than 2 months. Our RSVP deadline was a month ago and everyone responded to our RSVP, but one couple. We really had to hound them to get any kind of answer from them. You have an RSVP. If you don't RSVP, I'm going to assume you're not coming. Sorry, I'm going to assume you don't want to be at my wedding. And it's cool. I don't mind. I can get married without you there. Anyway, yesterday they sent us a message telling us they are free to come. The deadline was a month ago. Anyway, but alongside the reply, they sent us a long message how cumbersome and expensive it is to attend our wedding and how tiring the weekend for them will be and how they probably retreat to their hotel room for most of the day and stay for the ceremony and part of the dinner but retreat to their room for the rest of the festivities. If it's too expensive, don't come. It's not a must. I don't think you're being forced. I don't think you're being held at gunpoint and being told, you have to come to my wedding. If you don't come to my wedding, I don't think nobody is doing that. If it's too expensive, if it's okay, I understand the economy is not the best, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. We were taken aback because we are paying for everything. Food, drinks, parking. We are also paying for everyone's accommodation. A very nice lakeside hotel. There is no expense except the traveling. What? What is expensive? You being there, your presence is expensive. What? Make sense. Anyway, their biggest expense will be to pay for gas for the 4-hour drive to the wedding and back. They have a car. That's why I said transport is the only expense. And oh my God. It's for your friend's wedding. Okay, they haven't said who the couple is, but I'm assuming it's their friend. Oh my God. Guys, you're getting a nice room, you're getting food, you're getting drinks. What more do you want? What more do people want? Oh my God. Let me calm down. Linda, calm down. Oh my God. Okay. They also complained about the dress code. we have black tie. I feel like black tie is such a simple. It's such a simple dress code. You don't have to complain about black tie. But that's just my opinion. But they both own clothes that will fit the dress code, so they wouldn't have to buy new ones anyway. But they complained about that too. The fact that she knows this means it's their friend, and maybe they've gone out to some place fancy before. They've gone. This is sad. They just don't want to come in there making excuses. We read the message and basically told them that if coming will be so tiresome for them, it's better to not come. We said that we aren't mad at all if someone can't make it or doesn't feel up to it. There are no hard feelings, but basically uninvited them. You, as a bride, have much more patience than I do. Your patience is more than mine. Because I would have been so fed up. I would have crashed out on them. And I am a retired crash out. So, anyway. I know it doesn't matter if in the grand scheme of things, budget-wise, but each guest costs us around $600. $600. That's almost 70,000 Kenyan shillings. Anyway, and I don't feel like spending $1,200 on people. They don't even want to be there. Honestly, I also wouldn't be spending that much money on people. I would put it towards my honeymoon, a present for myself, a wedding gift on my honeymoon. Oh my God, there's so many other things to do with that money instead of spending it on people who don't even want to be there for your wedding. Like, goddamn. Oh my God. They are now angry at us and refuse to speak to us, and we are thinking that maybe we are a bit harsh. Were we the a-holes? Ding, 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 ding. You are not the a-hole. I'm not even reading the comments before I give my verdict, because you are definitely not the a-hole. Stand your ground. If they don't want, it's okay. They don't want to come to your wedding. It's okay. It's okay. It's not the end. If they're not talking to you, something is just wrong. Let's read the comments. This comment is from Dragon34, and they say, oh, the ungrateful people planning to use their free hotel room as a personal retreat instead of celebrating with you laid it on too thick and will have to pay for their own weekend getaway. Too bad. So sad. Not the a-hole. Thank you. And then Seraph782 commented on Dragon34 and said, this is where my mind went. They want a free vacation. True. They just want to spend your money in their hotel room alone. Eat, drink, go back and enjoy their lakeside hotel room. They do not want to be there for your wedding. Anyway. Namaste Noodle says, I can't understand why they are trying to make the bride and groom feel guilty about. They're literally paying for everything. I don't know what this couple wanted different. I'm so glad that they pushed back and told them, never mind. Such nerve of these people. No one has manners anymore. True. Thank you, bride and groom, for pushing back and saying, it's not a must you come. Matter of fact, don't. Thank you. And then Smarts replies to Namaste Noodle and says they just wanted an excuse to not have to hang with them the whole time and break off to do their own thing without the bride wondering where they went. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Forward_dear9230 said, hit the bullseye with the comment. Well said. That's Dragon34's comment. All I can add that uninviting them after they were specifically invited has likely ended whatever level of friendship you had, especially with people who are so intent on looking for things to complain about. Doesn't sound like a tremendous loss though. If they're going and see no contact, if they're going no contact, then that sounds like a bonus. Just return the favor and move on. Not the a-hole. You are not the a-hole. You are not the a-hole. Professional Unable says, not the a-hole. Sounds to me like they were fishing for you to pay their gas costs or something, and now they are mad that it didn't work. I think that's what the expense is. I know gas is expensive, but you have a place to stay, you have food, you have drinks, everything is catered for. All you have to do is pay for gas. They didn't even ask for gifts. And you want them to pay for gas on top of the hotel room that you already have, the food you already have. What more do you want? What more do you want? And then the hobby waitress says in reply to Professional Unable, and says, I think they were hinting that they will not be giving a gift. They thought they were just setting the expectations for the bag so they wouldn't be surprised or disappointed at their no gifts game. They didn't even ask for a gift. They just asked for your presence in the wedding. But you are not the a-hole. I have named you not the a-hole. Those stories were, I had my opinions on them, but I always have an opinion about everything. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and click post notifications so that you can get a notification anytime I upload a video. And I'm so grateful, guys, for the support that you're giving me. Thank you guys for the support. I love you so much. Please share the video to all your friends if you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next week. Keep it real, keep it Linda.